Yeah, I definitely thought about it, but I definitely think this game 3 is going to be tight. I think it's going to be extremely close. We've seen both extremes at this point, TGE, what this random percent setup can do. We've seen a very fast, the jettest of jet seeds, and then we saw the knowest of nopes in Wizrobe City. And now, will we see something in the middle? I mean, I don't know. Only time's going to tell. But game 3, do or die. Well, kind of. Because if the loser loses, they go down into the loser's bracket, where they'll see the likes of myself and a few others ready for redemption. But the winner moves on to the third round. All the marbles here in game number 3.
And here's the best part is Crim decided he was going to keep the exact same flag string, so we get the exact same thing we saw from last game. Everything's randomized, Ganon is forced, and the message you see Crim posting right there about his new CRT is apparently 10 minutes into that last seed, his CRT went out, so he was playing off of his capture.
Question in chat, does TGE get a loser's remorse?
No. I get the entertainment because I get to watch my buddy suffer.
The best seat in the house, folks, is where you and I sit at this exact moment. We get to just pull up a chair. If you want, you can pop some popcorn and watch as two of the best get to suffer for our entertainment. And here we go, about to start game number 3. Do or die. Winner goes on to the best. I'm excited, TG. I can't wait. Let's go. Let's go, man.
All right, we're going to be getting underway here shortly, but I'm not going to lie. We've had a 7-try-4 start. We've had a 4-try-4 start. Let's get the full 8-try-4 start and have this be a bow hunt.
I just want to see more shenanigans. I want to see a close race, and I have a feeling we're going to get something along those lines as the countdown is going in the IRC. Here we go. Any second now. I promise.
Getting everybody's hopes up for nothing.
How many of these have I done by now? Oh, nearly enough. I'll be honest, Trenton. Not nearly enough. Although I will say, before my next match, I will definitely be ready. Because I have a lot of time on my hands at the moment. So I will be getting my share of these seeds in before my next match. I don't even know who I'm going to be playing just yet. So we are off.
Oh, they start with a magic sword.
Well,
magic sword and blue boomerang. I'd like to point out, by the way, 4 seeds in this tournament.
And 7 Triforces! Well, this could be quick.
Yeah, but crazy.
This could be fast.
I've rolled 4 seeds in this tournament. 3 of them have had a blue boomerang start.
They're telling you something, man. They're telling you something. Crim finds level 2. Now, is that level 5 or level 6 that we're missing?
Looks like it's going to be level 5 because this seems like it's a vanilla moon-shaped level 2.
All right, Lack is at the... Ooh, that Blino fell to a blue boomerang. Could be 0 HP, which is funny.
Considering the magic sword start. This map going to tell us a lot of information.
Oh my goodness gracious. Welcome to Randomizer.
Great.
Here, have a magical sword that does absolutely nothing for you. Well, potentially it could be bosses or Ganon. It could come in handy there, but...
That dark room does confirm we are in first quest level 2. And we are on a second quest overworld.
Yeah, lad climbs up the mountain ahead just to find a fairy instead. And we have a Triforce find for Crim. He's going to skip past it. Now, Crim is digging level 2 here, despite not needing this Triforce. do you agree with this play? Would you do this play?
Absolutely. It's vanilla level 2. Looks like vanilla enemies here in the dungeon as well. 2 is going to be pretty rich with keys, and it's a pretty easy item to acquire. I absolutely would be doing this. And hey, we've got some logs over there on Lack's side. They are big, heavy, and wood.
Yeah, or hot dogs, however you prefer. Hot dogs, logs, something along those lines. But he does pick it up, and with locations being shuffled, could come in handy. Using that boomerang, that is a lethal weapon in this flag set. Oh, but be careful.
I mean, even though it's the magic boomerang, which we all know I'm not a proponent of, I am a huge fan of seeing Banana Foo in any way, shape, or form. So seeing some boomerangs get some love is good. And hey, that's level 6 at its vanilla location. Level 2 is at level 1's location. Could dungeons have just been shuffled around their vanilla locations here?
It would be possible, which would mean that there's a location under second quest 4, as we already know that first quest 5 is a dead end. Lack does take a death here in 6.
So right now, of all the things we've got, the most dangerous room in this too, shooters with gels.
Our first chance to see, and it does appear as if Patra's dying with one hit with the magic sword, so unless he rolled down, 0 HP bosses.
0 HP bosses too, wow.
So, yeah, here, have a magical sword, and it's absolutely useless. And he finds the vanilla magical boomerang in 2.
Well,
I mean, it's too early to...
Interesting. Yeah, it definitely is too early to tell, but that's interesting because I see that, and I'm under the assumption that things are in their vanilla dungeons. I'm beelining to 1 if I can find it right now.
Well, Lack is headed towards vanilla 1. If your assumption is correct, it is a level. It's level 2.
That's 2, which Crim was just in.
Yes. So let's see if Crim knows the flag is on. Then he'll probably head towards either 2 or possibly... Oh, there's a free candle. Hi. Let's see. Second quest overworld, so you're obviously not going to find anything at 3. Let's see if he heads towards vanilla second quest 2.
Potentially, it could just be coincidental that our first 2 locations happen to be first quest dungeon locations. Oh, look at that. We have Boomstick.
Of course, in a seed with 7 Triforces and 0 HP enemies, we get the Boomstick.
Oh, yeah.
The randomizer gods, they just don't love us today, man. Ooh, look what he finds in the first broom bush! What? He burns 1 bush!
That's
crazy! This is huge!
Yeah, this is gonna be the big thing. If that is true, if items are in their vanilla dungeons, this is huge.
I mean, what are the chances that Lack finds that even remotely close to how fast Crim found that? And if he finds the bow in here, then he just needs to find pretty much 9 and go for it, right?
Yeah, if you find the bow in here, I'm 100% on the assumption that Silvers and Red Ring are in 9. You have to find 5 to get that Triforce, potentially go ahead and pick up the recorder that's potentially in there, just in case, and I immediately book it to 9.
So question in chat, is the floor heart and 2 mean that it's vanilla? Not necessarily. There are 2 items in each dungeon. One is a floor item, and one is the normal item, which in Lack's case is a floor item as well. But there is a potential for a flag to shuffle that floor item. It's normally a heart container, with a couple exceptions. It can be shuffled to become items. But if we're finding vanilla items in their vanilla dungeons, it's probably safe to assume that it's vanilla, but it's still a little too early to know for sure.
Right. That's just the impression I get when I see the item there. That blue boomerang into. That's my first thought. Is okay. I want to find 1 now to get the.
Well, now that Lack found the magical boomerang, again to answer a question in chat, he didn't know that until just now. He found the magical boomerang, so now he has that knowledge. He may or may not be aware. again, with only one item found, there's no way you can assume 100%. But that is the first instinct that goes through my head. If I find the magical boomerang in 2, that's the first thing I'm thinking. Like, okay, I have to try and find one more to confirm it, but that's my thought.
Yeah. Also, Crim having an absolute plethora of keys here, and Lack can also go ahead and pick up his candle. This has a good chance of being a room drop here, like a heart container. So it looks like heart containers are not shuffled, and they're in their in normal rooms.
So now Crim just looking for those other 2 items potentially. He's gonna find one here in this staircase, and we have the banana. So
he's gonna burn it.
Is that? Hey, bananas are good if they're in warm dessert. You know, I mean,
we were talking about bananas Foster earlier.
Yeah. So that means that the bow could be a floor drop in this case?
Could be. There's one thing we also completely forgot about. Our theory is wrong. The raft was the Armos item.
Oh. Oh. And that brings us all the way back to exactly what we were just talking about. It's too early to assume that, but that is the first thing that goes through your head. Now, Lack has the raft, so he has that knowledge. Crim found magical boomerang in 2, wooden boomerang in 1. Hopefully, he doesn't assume that items haven't been shuffled, because he could end up getting trolled badly if he does.
Of course, the other thing to keep in mind here is if the Armo shuffle, did shuffle the thing, the power bracelet would be in 4. However, Dodongo being a troll here. Oh, nope, the power bracelet's here in 1, so yeah, that confirms we are not on vanilla drops.
So, good news for Crim, because he finds that so early that keeps him from making any bad assumptions. So that's going to keep him from having any adverse effects of the 2 first items. But again, this randomizer just showing you why you never want to just assume anything, because I can tell you right now, TG, I find those 2 boomerangs in their vanilla dungeons right off the bat, and that's the first thought that goes through my head.
Yeah, same thing with me here. And the other thing to keep in mind is this is a second quest overworld, so we're only going to have 1 large secret.
Ooh, Lack finds level 9 over by the East Coast. So now, just needing the level 5 Triforce, and he'll be able to give it a try. We do not know where the bow is, but we do know, because of Crim's... he declined to turn that flag off. We do know the bow is required.
The other thing to keep in mind here is all of the old men are saying send help. So in addition to Boomstick, the book is going to translate what the old men are saying. And based on that level 9 entrance we saw from Lack, we were either in first quest 7 through 9 or Shapes. And let's be honest, after the second seed, send help is the appropriate message for those old men to be saying, right?
it's less of a slap in the face than a question mark. Those kind of hints always get under your skin after you've been in a seed for an hour and 10 minutes and you're just getting nothing but trolled and you just find a question mark. Your money. It's like, come on, man. Alright, medium secret looks like a vanilla 30, so Lack, of course, will take that gladly.
That Octorok a little feisty down there on Crim's side, forcing him to step back and reburn the bush. Of course, all he gets is help for his troubles.
So, now, Crim does have the magical bracelet. I don't think we've seen it any road yet, have we, TG? I mean, the seeds are kind of blurring together, so forgive me. But I don't think we've seen them.
But what we have seen is the dungeon that our runners need to find. That, of course, being level 5 here on Lack's side.
Alright, so... Now, there is the potential for important items being in 9 flag. I can tell you for a fact what I would do, but I want to ask you first. If you're Lack, and you get this Triforce and you do not have the bow, do you go to 9 and dig it? Or do you continue looking for the bow?
what I do in this situation is I go back into this 5 first and dig for the item. Then I continue on exploring wherever I am, and then go back to 9 to take a peek.
Yeah, not a bad play at all. Lack does look like he's going to follow your advice. I would probably, in this case, personally, I'd probably go right to 9. And at least you have the shot of the bow being there. It's unlikely, but you can at least map it out now. Take all that pressure away from the game later. You've got to do it anyways. Right. You find the silvers, you find Ganon, you find Zelda, and then when you come back later, you're pretty much just going to fly through 9. But then again, if the bow's in 5, that could be a totally horrible play. So,
yeah, the other reason I dig here is the fact that Lack has 1 key and had 0 bombs. I'm digging to try and get resources as well.
He does find a nice trolley shutter door with a dig dogger and a ladder block. Like, hi, 3 things you do not want to see all at once. How are you doing?
I'm fine. I'm running out of beverage, but I'm fine.
Lack doing a nice Dodongo smoke there, gets a bomb and a key for his troubles. Not nearly the plethora of keys on Lack's side that Crim has, although Crim down to a measly 5 keys at this point.
A measly 5. I mean, not gonna lie though, I mean, a slow smoked Dodongo sandwich does sound delicious right now.
I'm just saying, with a little barbecue sauce,
Ooh.
I mean...
Okay, now the question, what type of barbecue sauce are we talking?
Some goma pepper.
Ooh, I like that goma pepper. My favorite.
Some spicy gomo level of Scoville spiciness to it.
With just that hint of briny crab-like flavor.
Nice. Oh, not nice. I was going to say, nice job by Lack. Immediately, Crim walks into a room, and they don't like him very much. They say, no.
I don't like Patrick either, so.
Oh, man, that room is brutal. He gets through this time.
Yeah, that room is pretty brutal. However, the one thing to keep in mind is we know that both bosses and vanilla enemies are 0 HP. Even if bosses weren't 0 HP, that would only apply to the Eye of Patra. The little orbiters, they're considered regular enemies.
Oh, no! Brutal. He gets through all of that and then walks into the room, and that's so hard to avoid. You know it's a possibility, but it's so hard to avoid that. And he walks in, before you even know what's happened, you've already hugged the Wizrobe. And Wizrobes, their hugs are pretty rough hugs. They're not what you want.
I mean, it's better than Left Mola. Oh wow, there's the recorder in 5.
Oh, baby!
Oh, that's huge.
A desperately good find for Crimson. Finds the ladder in 5. Now, we haven't seen a definite lock yet, but it's always safe to assume, especially with level 9's probably going to have a ladder block at some point. Now, it's way too early to tell, TG, who's in the lead here. But with both these runners having different items that could end up being required, this turned out to be quite the finish here.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Crim pushes the any road location open with his power bracelet, finds an any road for his troubles. Safe to assume at this point that the roads have not been shuffled, and he's going to pick up his raft here.
I mean, do we want to sing the song about logs?
Now, meanwhile, Lack has that recorder. He's checking some desert spots. He's going to see if he can't find anything for his troubles. He gets a nice 100 secret.
The only one of the seed. Now, that does put the boomstick in play. Also, red candle.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. Red candle was in Awakening?
Yeah, would have been a white sword item.
Nice. Okay, so now you bring up an interesting point about the boomstick. In this 0 HP seed, the boomstick's not going to give you too much offense, but it does allow you to bomb every single wall you come across in a dungeon. Do you make that investment now?
I do, for 2 reasons. Yes, we're not sure if we're on second shapes or first quest 7, 8, 9. But I do for 2 reasons. One, we know Book is going to be Atlas, so the potential of hints is great. Number 2, if it also turns out, Rosetta Stone, if it also turns out Book is Atlas and I get maps for it, it's absolutely huge. Because even though we know where we are in first quest 1 through 6, even if 7 through 9 are first quest, knowing where you are in those bigger dungeons is huge. I absolutely do it, especially considering, you're not going to necessarily need to buy a blue ring, and you only have that one large secret.
I just want to remark one time on how trolly this seed was at the beginning, putting 2 dungeons in vanilla dungeon locations, giving you 2 boomerangs early on, just to say, no, we're just kidding. You're going to have to look all over the place for what you need. Yeah. All right, Lack does find the boomstick location just short of the 200 rupees he needs, so we'll see if he comes back. Meanwhile, Crim, deep on Death Mountain, takes a death. He's going to return.
Yeah, the one thing about that Death Mountain death there is, considering they're starting on that river screen to the north of Vanilla level 1, it's not that bad of a death dying on Death Mountain. And hey, we've got ourselves level 3.
Level 3 is a good dungeon to find in this circumstance, especially with how many keys he has. Reasonably easy dungeon, quick dungeon to dig. And even though we don't need the Triforce, should be able... Oh, he has the ladder. I forgot.
Yep.
Oh, what if the bow is in here?
Yeah, that would be huge. It's the thing Crim wants to see right now.
Did he just shank the old man?
I don't know if he shanked the old man, but he definitely gave him a heart. And Lack did go ahead and pick up that.
Alright, so if he finds the wand, could be a possible advantage once he gets into 9. Meanwhile, Crim already about halfway through level 3 now. Doesn't need the Triforce here. But again, we know going into this seed that the bow is required. So he's going to dig this entire dungeon out. He's going to find this item.
Yeah, 3, like you said, super easy dungeon to dig. Not a whole lot of rooms. But yeah, no, the big thing here is Lack already noped out of that level 6 where we know the ladder is at. So if the bow is in this 3 past that ladder block, that puts Crim in the same situation Lack was in last seed, where he found the ladder early and was able to parlay that into the bow. But
oh my gosh! What if that is the item, TG?
That would be amazing.
That's the item.
I would love that so much, and I want that to be the bow.
Because Lack has the recorder but doesn't have the ladder, and Crimson has the ladder but doesn't have the recorder. I love this game.
I do too. Oh, so good.
I don't want to get my hopes up yet. There's still a few more rooms for Crim to check here. Yeah, there's a staircase. Good, man. Come on.
Come on, game.
Come on, game. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness.
I just choked on my potato chip.
I would have choked on a potato chip, too. I think Crim is... pretty close to go mode here. Does he know the location of 5?
He does not, and thankfully for Lack, 5 is on the other side of the world. So as long as Crim is up here on Death Mountain, he's good. But as soon as he finds 5, that puts Crim in the commanding lead.
Well, I'd say it's safe to say at this point, Crim still is in the lead despite the Triforce count, because Lack is not going back to 6 anytime soon, I don't think. This could be a long seed for Lack if he doesn't end up just gambling on 6 here soon.
Yeah, but I mean, if you look at the situation they're in, 6 isn't a dungeon you gamble on. It's long, it's linear, like it's just a pain.
To answer the question in chat, indeed, the bow was ladder blocked in level 3, an unrequired Triforce. So, yeah, Crim definitely in the driver's seat at this point. It's too early to say that he's got a commanding lead. This race is over. It's far from over. A, he still has to get a Triforce, as we were talking about earlier, and B, we all know about level 9.
Yeah, absolutely. And we had a question in chat as to where level 5 was. Level 5 is on the northeast coast in the Letter Cave.
Oh, Gibdo hug for Crimson.
I keep telling him this is not the appropriate time to hug your mommy.
Interesting, by the way, that Crim is digging this 8 out. Because at this point, I mean, what would he be looking for?
Well, he can't be guaranteed that Silvers and Red Ring are forced to 9 right now, and 8's got 2 items. It's still a fairly small dungeon, all things considered, compared to 6 and 7. So you get 2 items out of here and a potential heart container. I don't blame him for looking around a little bit here in this 8 to try and get one of those items quickly. And hey, if you get the Silvers, you know you're in go mode.
And of course, fair point, as we see Crim tearing through these bunnies, which would be a lot more annoying if it wasn't 0 HP. And there's another recorder blocked item. And another thing like you were touching on, that could be Silvers, you never know.
But yeah, no, ultimately, I do agree. I would just be, noting where this is, making a note of it, and I'm doing everything in my power to find it.
Oh no, Lack went for the smoke on the Dodongo and misses it, and he's out of bombs. He's going to have to up A out of 6, which we know, or I'm sorry, that was 5.
That was 4.
We know, 4. We know that actually could be a blessing in disguise, though, because he doesn't want to dig that dungeon. He needs to get his butt over to 6 as soon as he can, so he can get that ladder.
Right, I mean, it looks like he may be heading in that direction right now. Oh no, never mind, he's not heading towards 6. I forget, 6 is his normal location. I'm getting my seeds confused.
I've already well past that point, my friend. And we're the commoners. Imagine being the runner. Like, I have to keep notes in these kind of marathons where you're playing 3 seeds in a row, even though it's only been, 2 hours or so since they started playing. I mean, it's so hard to keep your ducks in a row in this kind of marathon. How many dungeons they've dug and how many items they've found.
So I'm going to say best case scenario for Crim here is this pops him out on that single block Big Dogger, but it does not. It pops him out down here, so there's a good chance that Big Dogger there is in fact an item.
And at this point, anything that could get Lack a chance back in this is what he needs. He needs that desperately to be the silver arrows, which the odds are slim, but they're there.
And every time I see the send help, I have to chuckle. Yeah, Lack did go ahead and farm some bombs, and he's going to continue his way through level 4.
Sorry, board 4. Board 4.
Well, yes, because it's Lack, so it's of course a board. Well, there's a shoot room.
I don't think Crim's been in this area yet, has he?
I think he's done a little
Maybe?
bit here. I know he stairs his way to the other side. Is that a verb, to stairs?
Technically, that would be a recorder block, although he can definitely get past that.
Yeah, that was the transport staircase that brought him to the south. Troldongo doing Troldongo things.
It was lucky Crim able to finally bomb that last Dodongo. Was getting kind of a little scary there for a second, but he's able to get through it, get some bombs, He's good to go.
Picking up that 5 rupee because 5 rupees.
And here, have another. This is like Jurassic Park in this dungeon. All these dinosaurs, man.
Which Jurassic Park? Because that definitely depends on my opinion of it.
I would just won the Lost World.
I mean, definitely. I think both of them are.
Send help, please. He finds the heart container on the floor. A good find there. Not what he was looking for, but he'll take it. And he's in the Triforce room. And I think this is the last room up here. So I think we confirm that Goma or that Dig Dogger's blocking an item.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I have some. Oh, never mind. We're back. Okay,
We're back.
I'm not gonna talk about my drinking habits anymore. On stream.
Welcome back, everybody. Like
Yes.
I said, it's gonna be like that. We were talking about.
Hey, it's tough times, okay? A little Hendrix gin never hurt anybody. All right, we're back. Here we go. Lack is in 8. And Grim is found level 9. He's making his way sort of, kind of, as we were saying, sort of, kind of in the general direction of level 5. He needs to find 5. Lack is about to tell us what is behind this Goma, or sorry, this Dig Dogger. And if it's the Silver Arrows, this is huge, but we'll have to wait and see. The odds are against him.
Yeah, I mean, statistically speaking, the odds of Silvers and Red Ring being 9 are still to play on here. Of note, while we were waiting, Crim did pick up the wand out of 4, as did Lack. So Lack does have Boomstick, Crim does not. As you can see, there's your Boomstick proof.
Oh! Is that item up there?
Oh, is that ladder block too? Oh no!
Oh, maybe. He might be able to make his way around.
This seed, man, this seed.
I don't know if this is worse. It's probably not worse than the last one, but this is becoming quite the trolley seed.
I mean, it's just the perfect amount of trolley seed.
So we'll see if Lack's able to get around that ladder block. If he's not, then we're not going to find out what is in that room.
And that slowly puts the advantage back in Crim's side again.
Yeah, I mean, we're making big assumption. Oh, Crim died one screen below level 5!
But he's going to come back up here. He's got 4 screens to go. He knows where 9 is. He's got to come back up there. Or you can just completely ignore what I'm saying, which is also fine.
Now, of course, once Crim finds 5, he gets his recorder, and he doesn't even need it necessarily, but he'll get his Triforce. He'll be in Gomo.
Actually, he was going to be anywhere to get up there faster, yeah.
Nice play there.
Just not that one. Crim having the same troubles Lack had with the Any Roads last time. You never take them in vanilla, so you never remember where they go.
All right, Crim back in the northeast, and we'll get our Triforce out of 5. That's going to allow him to go to 9. He's going to check this spot first, which is the correct play.
Yeah, you're in Crim's... Oh, there's level 7. Oh, did you see that hint that Lack just got?
I did not. What was the hint?
Gleok returns with a silver arrow.
No!
So, if that's a deceptive hint, that's going to throw Lack to try and figure out everything that's in here. If that's the true hint, oh man.
If that's the true hint, Crim didn't get that hint.
Crim didn't have the book. He couldn't translate it.
Oh my goodness, this is huge. Because that means Crim is going to dig all of 9, which is the correct play, to look for the silver arrows. And now Lack is going to know he's ladder blocked. So what's going to end up happening, he's going to go back to other dungeons to dig a ladder out. Which he knows now that the silvers are in 8. Before, he would have said, that item in 3, whatever. I don't need that item. But now he's going to have the ladder, and he's going to be able to hopefully eventually find that bow. This could put him back in this race.
Yeah, that's a huge, huge thing. Like I said, at this point, the best case scenario for Crim is that not being true, that being a deceptive hint.
Now, if he's able to get around this ladder block, I don't think there's a room above. I think he's ladder blocked.
Yes. So I mean, that right now is the thing. So, wow, this seed just went crazy.
This is huge break for Lack, because if he was able to get to those silvers, he may not bother with the ladder until he knew for a fact that level 9 did not have bow in it. And now he's going to just coincidentally get the ladder, and that's going to allow him to get the bow later on. Yeah,
but from the looks of it, Lack cannot get there. He is, in fact, ladder blocked from whatever that item is. Crim going to go ahead and pick up the Triforce here. Now, here's the question. If you're Crim, you now know 9 is open. Do you stick around and dig this 5 to try and find the item? Or you just go straight to 9?
Well, I'll tell you right now, the silvers are recorder blocked, and he's going to 9.
Well, we don't know for sure.
Well, we think we know.
Yeah,
we think we know. We know the item in 8 is recorder blocked. Fair assumption.
Right.
So
item in 8 is ladder and recorder blocked.
So assuming that is not a deceptive hint, this is going to be a long level 9 and post Triforce hunt for Crim. Here we go, folks. Into level 9. We'll see what happens.
One Direction level 9. Hi, Wizards.
Yeah, and not nearly as bad as last time, though. They're very squishy. Very squishy.
And Lack did find level 1.
Now, I don't think he dug anything in 1 earlier. I don't think he dug much, if anything.
Lack hadn't found level 1 yet. This is his first.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, he just burned the bush, didn't he? So,
yeah.
Luckily for him, it's a small dungeon. It's not going to necessarily set him back too much. But yeah, every second, Crim needs every second he can get, because Crim's lead potentially could shrink very quickly here. Crim, best case scenario, finds the items in 9, finds out it's not silvers, and gets out. Because every mistake like that death he just took is going to allow Lack a little more time, because Lack is definitely in second place right now. Crim's definitely in the lead, but every second counts. Because it's only a matter of time before Lack gets that ladder, and once he gets that ladder, that lead is going to shrink quickly.
Yeah, because you know he's immediately busting it back to level 8 as soon as he gets that ladder.
Well, there's one item, and he knows that the item on the floor is a heart container, so if he finds that power bracelet, he's going to be out of here.
Yeah, Crim gonna make his way back to that room where he died with those Wizrobes to get a second go at whatever that staircase was.
This is exactly what you couldn't ask for a better setup for level 9 here, TGE. This is amazing. We don't know what's going to happen. There's a big shield. Not what Crim wanted to find.
No, but the good news about that big shield is now that confirms that red ring silver arrows are not shuffled here. So it's better than finding the red ring in this scenario. In the sense for information. You definitely want to see the red ring there as opposed to it, but not finding the red ring is perfectly fine in that scenario because you now know.
Yeah, absolutely agree. Best thing for Crim at this point would be to find Zelda, find Ganon, and decide to bail. He may not do that. I probably wouldn't. I'd probably dig it while I'm here, just to be sure. But if he ends up spending 15 minutes digging this 9 out, this could be exactly the window of opportunity Lack needs.
Well, the other good thing for Crim is he's only got 2.5 dungeons left to explore. He knows the item in 8 is recorder block, which means he has a 5 to explore and a 7 to explore. If you're Crim, you go back to 5 first. 1, you've done a little more exploring, you did 7. 2, it's going to be easier to find, easier to deal with than 7 is going to be as Lack finds the power bracelet. So worst case scenario, Crim goes into 5, finds the recorder, beats his way back to 8 because he knows where that is.
Now, on that exact same note, now that Lack has full cleared 1, he's already full cleared 2. He knows 3 is ladder blocked. He's already full cleared 4, and he's already cleared 5. There's only 6, 7 left. He knows there's a ladder block in 8. So when he goes to 6 or 7 and gets that ladder, he's only going to have 3 plays to make. And if I don't see anybody going to 7 first over that item in 8 and that level 3. I really don't see somebody full clearing his 7 as their first option. So this is a good chance for Lack. He just needs to go to 6 instead of 7.
Yeah, the thing is, Lack never found 7, so he's going to finish up his maneuvering here in the Dead Woods to try and find 7 first. I mean, I don't blame him for that, because from here, you don't find 7. You just wrap your way up to 6, go there, you're rewarded with the ladder, and then ding, boom, the seed falls into place. I mean, even with 0 HP, Blue Wizard's still a pain.
Lack doing his due diligence here, checking the river, and this did the whirlwind spawn? No, nothing. You get nothing. You lose.
Good day, sir. Oh, so did we just go full Willy Wonka there?
We did. I blame the baseline of level 9. It's getting me all riled up, man. When I get riled up, I quote Willy Wonka. I can't help it.
Well, I mean, to each their own, I suppose.
Oh no! Grim had nowhere to go.
Spawned on top of him. But yeah, from the looks of it, if Recorder's not giving us any whirlwinds, that means Recorder's taking us to unbeaten dungeons.
Alright, Lack finds hints, but can't afford any of them, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on what those hints were. And without a Recorder to be able to warp him, I think we're going to see probably an up A here. My guess is Lack's going to probably go to 6 here soon.
Right, which is right here where he is, because it's at its vanilla location.
Oh, you're right. You're right. For some reason, I thought 6 was in the northeast. You're right. Oh, baby.
5 was the one in the northeast, and this is good for Lack because he's going to find the ladder here at 6, which is going to put all the dominoes in place for him.
And what's really interesting is 3 isn't far from here, so he may opt to go to 3 first, which is going to get him his bow. He knows that the item in 8 is ladder blocked. He may go to 8 before he goes back to 7, or tries to find 7. This could be just what he needs to catch back up. So every second counts. Crim either needs to prove that the silvers are in here and that hint was false and get out of dodge, or he needs to just get out of dodge. He needs to get out of this 9.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to go until he finds the second item. Lack going to go ahead and find the ladder here, which, you know, this 6 forced you to the ladder because the top side of 6 was ladder blocked. So this 6 forced you to that ladder.
Oh, Crim, every second counts. Lack quickly closing the gap. Every second counts. But Crim does know the location of the princess.
So there's one scenario we haven't talked about yet. What if... Oh, that Packer sucked. What if that's a false hint in 8, and the silvers are at 7?
Then buckle up. We're going to be here a while. Although if that's the case, I think then the advantage goes back to Crim. But I'm being honest. If Crim doesn't get out of 9 soon, I think is possibly in the driver's seat here. He's going to 3 now. He's going to get his bow. He has the item already to get the potential silvers out of 8, and he knows that hint. So when he finds his bow here, he's going to be in go mode, assuming that that's not a false hint.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he's here in 3. He's going to find the bow. He's going to immediately beeline to 8 because he's right up here. And then that's the moment of truth right there.
Oh, Crim needs to get out of here. He doesn't know it. But Lack is going to be right on his heels so fast. I mean, the skill, of course, is unquestionable. Nobody is going to be able to keep up with Lack on a skill level. It's just, he's Lack. So every second counts. And, oh, man.
Interesting play there for Lack, opting to spend a heart as opposed to a bomb. I think he might have forgot he had Boomstick there. I have Boomstick. I'm spending the bomb there every time.
Agreed. But, you know, it is a race, and
yeah.
You never know.
Yeah, it's not something you deal with usually when it comes to vanilla. So, I mean, I get it. I've made one of the things I do all the times in races is I walk into a dungeon with the any key. Oh, there's a locked door. I pirouette.
I do it too. I mean, it's easy. I've said this once and I'll say it a million times. When you're watching these races, so easy to say, oh, I wouldn't do that or I would do that. But when you're in the race and your heart's pounding and knees weak, arms spaghetti, mom's sweaty, palms are spaghetti, blah, blah, blah. It's easy to forget that what you're doing, what you're thinking, it's easy to get mixed up. It's easy to make mistakes. It happens to the best of us. Here we go. Moment of truth. Oh, wait. I don't know what I'm talking about. See, I got mixed up. I'm in the freaking commentator's seat. I'm going to shush.
Go back to doing your horrible rap impressions. For the record, I can't say anything. I would not have been able to do any better than that.
Alright, there's the bow pickup for Lack. He knows that hint. The moment of truth is upon us, folks. He's going to be headed to 8. And if the silvers are in 8, I mean, Crim's going to have a decisive edge in amount of area that he's found, and he knows that that item in 8 is recorder block. He doesn't have the recorder.
Lack's going to 9. And we hear Ganon on Crim's side. So we know where Ganon's at, but Lack's going to 9.
Is he?
Yeah, he is. He must have forgotten that he got that Gleeok Returns hint. Crim now has 2/3 of the puzzle. Crim knows where Ganon is. Crim knows where Zelda is. Wow, Lack going to 9. This is huge.
This is the biggest possible break for Crim. Absolutely huge break for Crim. Because I'm telling you, if the silvers are in 8, then I think Lack wins this race. But Lack went to 9. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, this just went from, oh, this is, we know this, to, this is crazy.
It's like we said, when we're watching the race, it's real easy for us to say what we would do and wouldn't do. But in the race, anything could happen. And this could be an unfortunate break for LackAttack. Now, of course, on the flip side, if he finds the pieces of the puzzle quickly, realizes the hint, or finds both items quickly, he'll have all that exploration done. He finds the shield. Let's see what he did. He's going to keep going.
Also, high five, both runners in the same row.
Do you think he's just trying to get that information before he goes to get that? Pause. He's thinking. Wait a second. Oh.
So Crim now has a path to Zelda. We can confirm Zelda is not in her room because we have an opening here. This scene is absolutely insane.
Isn't it weird that both runners are in 9, and yet both runners don't know that they shouldn't be in 9, despite the fact that they think they should be in 9?
Yeah, no, it's crazy. And you have to think that they both think they're behind. Lack has to think he's behind because he just found that bow. Crim has to think he's behind because, well, he's been in 9 ever.
Remember the question or the statement in chat. Remember, Crim declined to remove that flag. The flag set is that Ganon is required. So, unless they forgot that, Lack just found Zelda's room.
Yep, so that's good for Lack.
And there is still an item in level 9, so if that hint is a deceptive hint,
Beast awaits in southeast of Skull. We've seen where Crim found Ganon. That's a true hint.
which would mean, again, we're making assumptions, but that's all you can do in these cases. Assume that means that hint in 8 was true?
I mean, at this point, that's the assumption you have to be on. Except Crim not picking up the book. He never had the money to pick up the book.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I was so adamant that I thought this was Lack's race to lose, was because Crim doesn't have the recorder. So he knows that can't be the recorder in there, so even if he thought that was Silver's, he couldn't check it. But he has to find that recorder first.
Right, well, man, here's the big thing, is the only reason Lack was able to afford the boomstick was because of that recorder, because the 100 secret was under a recorder block.
Exactly. So that huge advantage that Lack has at the moment, not paying off as long as he's digging this 9, if those hints are indeed correct.
I mean, you have to be under the assumption right now that they are.
And yeah, to answer the question, Lack found a hint earlier that said Gleok returns with the silver arrows. The old man is... you need the book to understand the old man in this seed. So Crim did not get that hint.
Also, I know chat has been keeping track of this, but the number of times our runners have died due to neither one of them picking up the shield.
To be honest, I probably wouldn't have grabbed the shield either. It makes screen scrolling a little harder, although it's a nice item to have.
At this
it's a
point,
nice
though, are you really screen scrolling?
That's a fair statement.
Yeah, the other thing to remember is, of course, this is the third game they've played tonight, so seeds may be bleeding into one another.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, you can't fault any mental errors in Randomizer ever, but especially in this scenario. Absolutely, we've all done it. I mean, I lost game 2 of my race, at least in no small part to a big mental flub that I made. I mean, it happens, you know? I mean, especially in random percent, because there's so much you have to keep track of. And when you're playing 3 seeds back to back, I mean, I don't care who you are, unless you're taking thorough notes and checking them often, it's a very tall order.
Yeah, absolutely. Crim going to go ahead and make his way through. This isn't something we haven't seen. Lack in a spiral staircase. Literally, our runners right next door to each other. Still not it. We're running out of staircases to check.
Yeah, both these runners need to find that second item. Find it now. Get out of 9. The faster they find it, the better chance they have.
So Lack finding his way to the bottom side. Crim finding his way up top side here. This is, oh, here's the thing. Remember all those keys Crim had at the beginning?
And now he's out of keys. Does he know how to do the bomb Kananaki?
There's no way to bomb Kananaki in this room, though.
Oh, it has to be a shutter door, right?
Yeah, shutter door for regular Kananaki, or an actual bomb opening for the bomb key. Like, this is crazy. So silvers are in like one of, or the second item, I shouldn't say silvers, in their mind thinking silvers are in one of like 3 places. This is insane.
Tension is brewing high. Both runners digging through. Only a few rooms left that we haven't seen. Here's a room I don't think we've seen yet on Crim's side. Have we seen this room yet?
I don't believe we have, which is why he's killing everything here to take a look at what this is. And it is a staircase. Lack in the same room. And it is not what we're looking for.
Lack's gonna opt to take it. Crim goes up, finds another staircase.
It's the any key. Good item for Crim, not the silvers though. So now the question becomes, I mean, if you're Crim, you go back to 5. You know you don't have the item in 8, you're not going to want to take 7, you go back to 5. If he goes to 7, well, then boo on me. But yeah, this
is exciting.
This is crazy. I mean, of all the items that aren't the silver arrows to find, that's the good one.
So now the race becomes, where does Crim go? Lack has all the info, but it seems like he's either forgotten or doesn't trust it. Lack still has one more item to find in 9. The race comes down to how fast does Crim get the quarter, and does he immediately associate that second item in 8 as being recorder blocked and go for it, or does he go into 7? If he goes into 7, then I think Lack still has the advantage. However, if he goes to 8, he could pull this off still, and there's so many what ifs, it's hard to know exactly what's going to happen. TGE, I love this game, man.
I know, it's crazy. I mean, if you're Crim, though, you absolutely 100%. You get the recorder here in 5, and you go back to 8 because you saw that. You know exactly where it is. You don't have to go exploring 33 rooms. You know where it is. If going to 7 here after picking up the recorder is an absolutely crazy game. I mean, we know it's going to be rewarded with the red ring, but it's still an absolutely crazy game.
Yeah, definitely the red rings they want to find in a speed an hour in. So definitely 7, not the smartest play, and most runners probably wouldn't do 7 over 8 in this scenario, and Lack finds Ganon. Alright, so now the only thing left for Lack to find is that other item. We know that item is way up on the left side under the B.
So here is a staircase for Crim, and it is going to be what he needs. There is the recorder. So that's part 1 of the puzzle complete for Crim. Now it's just a matter of, does he go to 8 first, which is the right play, or does he try and dig that 7?
And 7's going to be tempting. It's right there. He's blowing the recorder. He's going to find out the hard way that he can't warp. So now, does he get tempted by 7 here?
Nope, he goes right to 8, which is the right call.
Not. This is huge. Crim now going to be able to pick up his silvers. Gets the hint. Silvers lie elsewhere. He's headed to 8.
This is crazy. They both know the path. Lack going to go Lack's up 8 here. That's going to put him closer.
They are both headed at the exact same time. Now, they both know the location of the item. They both have the required items. They both have all of the information. It is literally a 4-screen lead for LackAttack at this exact moment.
Right, because he decided to up A to the start screen.
Oh, and Crim takes the duck! That is huge!
Oh, wow, that's crazy.
Lack is now in level 8, has the boomstick, easily clearing these items. He's out. He's headed towards that ladder block. He gets through it. Dodongo says hi.
Dodongo does say hello.
All right, Crim is not too far behind. He's right on Lack's heels. And he knows exactly where that item is.
Crim knows where he has to go. Lack still has to look for it. So that 4-screen lead that Lack had is going to be negated by the fact that Crim knows where he's going.
Oh my goodness, it's a 1-screen lead. It is a 1-screen lead, dude.
This is crazy. Screen for screen, practically.
This doesn't get any better than this. Oh my god, there's like a 3-second lead.
This is insane. They both know where it's going to be. It's going to come down to their pathing. Who mapped 9 better? Who knows how to get to Ganon faster?
Crim up and does a continue, saves. That's going to give him a little extra lead. What would have been a 1-second lead is now a 9-second lead as they both head towards level 9. And like you said, it's going to come down to who knows that path the best. Crim was in 9 longer. So Crim knows 9 like the back of his hand at this point.
Right. But yeah, here's the thing is, who mapped their 9 better? Who knows how to get to Zelda quicker? Because it's not just a matter of getting to Ganon quicker, it's who knows how to get to Zelda quicker. Is Ganon going to get a little frisky with a Hyrule driver, even though we've got the magic sword? Is Ganon going to be 0 HP? Is Ganon going to be his full HP? There are still variables left in this.
Crim, hot on his heels, gets into 9. Black takes a transport staircase. Crim takes a Wizrobe beam, takes a bubble, survives, has a potion out.
Yeah, absolutely. This is crazy.
Black takes that transport staircase. He's headed towards Ganon. Crim takes an alternate path. He's only a few rooms away.
Yeah.
Lack also just a few rooms away.
Like I said, who mapped 9 better? Who's going to make it there faster? Crim misremembering his map.
And Lack looks like he took a longer path, but there it is. Lack is in the pig's room. He survives this fight.
Oh, Ganon.
It is not 0 HP.
No.
And look at the room. It's a... Oh my god! And Lack doing an excellent job. He gets him!
Oh wow, this is insane. Crim gonna come in from the top there. Now oh wow!
A high five into Ganon's chamber. Lack does the up A. And he uses the potion. I don't think it's gonna matter. I think this is the shutter. No, it's not.
Oh no, it's Crim has the path. Oh wow, this is crazy. Not a straight shot. Crim knows the staircase to take. Lack does not.
Oh man, Lack is just a few rooms away, but Crim knows the path.
This is crazy.
Crim sniped this out from under LackAttack's nose. He's just a few rooms away. Lack up A's.
Crim in the same spot that Lack was, knows where he has to go. This is incredible.
Lack takes the staircase over on the right, showing off that really slick clip again. There comes Crim. He's in Zelda's room.
And Crim gonna steal this.
Unbelievable! Get your GGs out in chat for one of the best races of this tournament, bar none. CrimsonAvix, your Game 3 winner. Wow!
Like, I don't even know what to say there. Just absolutely incredible.
I've seen a lot of close races in my day. I'm speechless. I'm speechless. We have our competitors in the booth. Talk to me, guys. I can't.
I don't know. My heart's going like 10,000 miles an hour right now.
Ours do.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I really thought I was going to lose. Like, I just felt like I was going to lose because I just couldn't find anything. I really thought that the items weren't shuffled, but then I thought, don't they have to be? Aren't items always shuffled?
We thought that at the beginning too, because the first items we saw on screen were the boomerang, the blue boomerang in 2, and the boomerang in 1. So for the first 20 minutes, we were like, wait, is everything in its vanilla spot?
Yeah, the same. That's what I thought too, but obviously that wasn't the case. I forgot, like, I saw the hint for the silver arrows in 8 and forgot about it. So that's why I kept digging 9, even though I had the bow.
I completely dug all of 9. I never got enough rupees to buy the book and never got any hints. And at the point, I either had 8 or 7. I explored none of 7, so I decided to go back to 8 with the recorder, and that's where it was.
Yeah. I didn't find the ladder for a really long time because I just left. I found 6 like immediately, and then I just didn't go back because I didn't have any keys. And then I said, oh, well, I might as well go to 6. And so then 6, because I like went in every room in 8 and said, okay, the last 2 are behind the ladder. So I got to go find the ladder. And then I found Ganon and Zelda without the silvers. And so I left. I kept going. I found the magical shield, and I'm like, oh, well, they're not in here. And then I left. I think I only dug 8. But yeah, it just took too long. And then I killed Ganon, and I up-A'd because I thought I could just walk up to Zelda, but you had to take a stair, and I think it was near Ganon. So had I taken the stair instead of up-A'ing, well, I couldn't remember which stair it was to start. I think it was either bottom left, like row 2, first one, or row 3, first one.
Yeah, I had a convoluted path to go up and around and everything, and it was like 15 rooms from Ganon to Zelda.
Yeah.
But at that point, I'm like thinking, okay, he's gonna dot down at any second, so I was going the only way I knew.
I think that really is how it does work, but that's all of these races just go like that. I mean, we even started with 7 Triforces and still had to had to find a whole lot of stuff. So
yeah, well, when I found 9, I found 5 not there that long after, and I'm like, at that point, I'm grabbing 5 Triforce and I'm going to 9 to dig, and I ended up spending forever in 9 digging for every single thing. I pretty much last location the Eniki up in the far northwest.
Oh, in 9, nice.
Yeah.
I did not find it. Oh, here we go. I think these are the stairs. I'm finding them now.
Well, I do want to thank you guys for one of the most amazing threesomes of races that showed off so many different things about the randomizer, and how you guys played him was so thrilling. The end of that last race was one of the most thrilling races I've ever seen. You guys played amazing. Black, of course, you're not finished yet. You're moving on to the bonus bracket, and you still can definitely claw back. I mean, we've seen it all. Obviously, everyone knows your skill in Zelda is, your LackAttack. So you're definitely not done yet. And Crim, great job. Amazing to watch. I wish you both luck going forward. Thank you so much for an amazing evening tonight.
Yeah, 100%.
I guess I really need to go back and practice vanilla, because, like, I just haven't really played much between, doing the SMZ3 thing or doing a lot of other stuff. I haven't played much, and boy, did my combat against Wizrobes, like 0 HP Wizrobes, and I was still struggling just because I was just trying to run through the rooms rather than, take them slowly, and yeah. Got to practice a little bit.
Did you get the boomstick?
I didn't. I just let the book. I let the book lay there. I'm like, there's only one large secret. I'm not gonna find it. So
yeah, cool. Oh well. I think had I walked to the left, it would have either been a tie, or I would have been able to pull it out. Because you would have walked left at a Ganon, you could have got it. But dang, up A killed the run. Never do up A. That's the lesson. Never do up A.
Well, make sure everybody watching out there at home, make sure you follow both these runners. Again, an amazing show, you two. Thank you so much. We do need to hand our broadcast over to the next match coming up. Game number 2 of the best of 3 series between Sci-Town and Redbird Grad. So don't go anywhere, folks. More exciting Zelda 1 randomizer action coming your way right now. Gentlemen, thanks again for a great race, and have a great rest of your evening, and good luck going forward.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thanks.
Have a good one, guys.
All right, see ya.
Grim, my friend, unbelievable race. It was a pleasure to call it with you, sir. Don't go anywhere, folks. We will be right back. Stay tuned.